DeagleBeagle. So let's actually look at some of the ways to use Avalugg-Hisui. And I gotta learn how to pronounce that name actually. Let's see how you pronounce it.
Hisui. Hisui is how this region
Hisui.
is to be said. Hisui.
Hisui.
Now, you know. Like and subscribe if you found this.
Hisui. Okay, it says Hisui. And it's even related to Pokemon. What language is that? I think that's Japanese. Hisui. It's Hisui. Okay, anyways. Avalugg-Hisui is... Well, actually, let's see the difference between that and regular Avalugg. I think regular Avalugg had less speed. Yeah, see? So it might be better in Trick Room. What's the difference? It has more attack for Avalugg-Hisui, and it has more speed, but it has even less special defense. What else is the difference? Oh, less special attack and less special defense. So overall, it's about the same, but it's actually, it has another stab, rock, and it's not as good in Trick Room necessarily because the main niche of Avalugg in Trick Room was it outspeeded a Moongus, and you could kill it with an ice move potentially. But Avalugg-Hisui, what speed does that get minimum? Like it would still be great in Trick Room, but oh, it's still out. Well, wait, this is regular Avalugg. 38 speed. I know a Moongus would outspeed that, but it would outspeed almost everything else besides Hatterene and Torkoal in Trick Room, and maybe Bronzong. People don't really use these other Pokemon in Trick Room anymore. So, I don't know. You would have to use probably an item that makes you immune to Spore or Terra Grass or something if you're using it in Trick Room to beat a Moongus. But it does have, it probably does have Rock Slide. Yeah. So, Rock Slide, you might want to use it in Trick Room. Ice Spinner. There's Body Press. I remember using stuff like that with regular Avalugg. You could use Heavy Slam with it and give it... I don't know if I would even give it a Assault Vest with that low special defense. I might just give it a Focus Sash. It says even less special defense than regular Avalugg, doesn't it? Yeah, and that was already really low. So, okay, should you give it Strong Jaw or Ice Body? Let's look again at all the moves that Strong Jaw relates to. I believe it's all the bite moves and moves that don't say bite in it for some of them. So obviously Fang and something Fang or Bite or Crunch we know is related to a jaw. Fishious Rend, that's not obvious that it's related to a bite move, but it is. Hyper Fang, Ice Fang, Jaw Lock, Poison Fang, Psychic Fangs, Thunder Fang. So really just Fishious Rend I think is the only one that's not obvious that it's a bite move. So what moves does it have though? Crunch, that would get boosted. I don't think Mountain Gale is in there. Actually, Mountain Gale... wait, does Avalugg get that? No. 85 accuracy, 100 power? You could use a wide lens set with it. I'll give it wide lens for this one. Mountain Gale. Or you could even give it zoom lens, because zoom lens, it depends if you're using it in Trick Room or not. If you're not, I would probably give it zoom lens. It's so dang slow that you could like just use Mountain Gale with it. And you could even have it just fast enough to outspeed a Moongus, probably, and then the rest, or just leave it how it is, maybe, because 58 speed, it's going to be slow enough. So, white zoom lens with Mountain Gale, that's 20% more accurate. So, what's 85 times 1.2? Oh, that's 100% accurate, 102% accurate. So, it's always going to hit with zoom lens. With a wide lens, though, it's going to hit 93.5% of the time. So, take your chances. And then Rock Slide would never miss, assuming it went last. And what else has low accuracy that you would actually... Oh, you could use Stone Edge with it if you're using zoom lens, if you want to. Yeah, actually, Stone Edge might make more sense because unless you're going for the spread damage or you're trying to outspeed them with this thing, um, like you might want to just use Stone Edge because it's a more powerful single target move. It has a high crit rate, but Rock Slide does do spread damage. With Zoom Lens, I don't know if I would use Rock Slide, only probably for spread damage, not really for flinching. You kind of could, but Zoom Lens isn't going to boost it if you go first, so it kind of defeats the purpose. And there is Wide Guard. Wide Guard's a pretty good move. It deleted Stone Edge. What the heck? Um, okay, let's go. I meant to go back to its bite moves. If it has any other bite move besides Crunch. Probably too slow for Rock Tomb. Icy Fang's a decent move. You wouldn't need Ice Spinner if you had Mountain Gale, most likely, unless you really want to get rid of terrain. By the way, oh, Mountain Gale can make them flinch. So you could even use, yeah, a wide lens one in Trick Room with it, and that would boost Rock Slide too. I'll make that one right after this one. So what was it again? One of the Fangs, or does he even get any Fang moves besides bite moves besides Crunch? I don't see any. So you wouldn't probably want to use Strong Jaw with it. Just Bite and Crunch, I think, are the only things. It gets boosted. That's so sucky. Just use, yeah, Sturdy. Oh yeah, you don't need Sash if it has Sturdy. So I gotta change that other one. Just give it Sturdy. And Mountain Gale would be like just for the extra power and 30% chance to that flinch thing wouldn't really make sense if you're going last. But actually, Never Melt Ice would be like, what is it? 1.2 times 80. So if you're using Ice Spinner with Never Melt Ice, that would be like kind of like almost the same thing as Zoom Lens. Perhaps a little bit more consistent in case you outspeed them. So yeah, actually, Zoom Lens I don't think makes that much sense because Mountain Gale's secondary effect is flinching them, and you would want to go first. But you could use it. But I would probably actually use wide lens, more likely. You already have Sturdy, so that's like a focus sash. So Stone Edge would be 88% accurate, but you might as well go with Rock Slide to make it like 99% accurate. And you could give it Protect or one of these other moves. I would probably give it either Protect or a coverage move like Body Press. And then as far as how I would EV it, either make it just outspeed Amungus or make it faster than Amungus in Trick Room. It just depends on what you want to do. So you could use something like this and just give it, well, you could max out the special defense on it even on the sash, but personally I wouldn't, because you already have sash and you would want to have more HP and and stuff, because it's good for both defense and special defense. Even though it has sky high defense, if you're using it in a specific way, like they only have physical Pokemon out, it would wall them both pretty well, unless they super affect you, and you could just use it for that niche, and just know you're gonna get whammed by almost any special move. So good thing you have sturdy with it. You don't absolutely need wide guard. If you don't want it, you can take it off and put like a coverage move like body press would be pretty good. As far as a Terra type, if you're using this one, I would be tempted to use grass, because that would be good versus a Moongus. And even if it, yeah, outspeeds you in Trick Room, you can wall it and then hit it really hard with a Mountain Gale, and that might even, let's see how much attack, that might even kill it in either one hit or barely not kill it in one hit. So Avalugg-Hisui, or Hisui, I mean, that to a Moongus with a Mountain Gale, it would nearly kill it, or kill it, depending on how they EV'd it. But it would probably barely survive. So if you had some chip on it, like you rock slide it first, or you hit it with your ally, and then you go for a Mountain Gale, yeah, this would get a lot of flinches in Trick Room. So overall, pretty good. If you're using it in Trick Room though, I wouldn't use wide guard actually. I would use some coverage move. Body press would be pretty good because it actually has even more defense than attack. And it's basically like an 80 power move. So it's not bad. It gives you a lot of great coverage versus like dark types mostly like Tyranitar or King Ambit or whatever. You don't really need Iron Head because Mountain Gale is already going to do enough to Flutter Mane. So all these other ones should probably be grass too. You could use a stab move since it has sturdy like rock. You could use Terra Rock or ice, but just know it's not gonna help defensively at all, and it's not gonna help versus Spore. For this Pokemon, the main issue with it would probably be its low special defense and Spore, but it does have sturdy, so I'd say it's really more Spore than anything, and actually its low speed would be its biggest drawback, possibly, unless you use it in Trick Room. But this Pokemon, yeah, it has bad defensive typing, and I don't see it being used a lot. Maybe on a hard Trick Room team is probably the only time when you would see Avalugg. So, thanks for watching.